What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Friday, January 12th, 2018, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Director Guillermo del Toro's romantic fable The Shape of Water was declared the best picture of 2017 at the Critics' Choice Awards ceremony Thursday night in Santa Monica, starring Sally Hawkins, Doug Jones, Richard Jenkins, Octavia Spencer, and Michael Shannon. The film also picked up the Best Director, Best Production Design, and Best Score prizes. Frances McDormand and Sam Rockwell, who were both absent from the event, were announced as Best Actress and Supporting Actor in the movie for their performance in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. They and the other members of the cast were also named Best Ensemble in a Movie. The Best Comedy Movie honor went to The Big Sick, and Wonder Woman was deemed Best Action Movie. Get Out was named Best Sci-Fi Horror Movie and won the Best Original Screenplay title. Gary Oldman earned the accolade for Best Actor in a Movie for The Darkest Hour. Allison Janney from I, Tonya went home with the Best Supporting Actress in a Movie, and her co-star Margot Robbie won the statuette for Best Actress in a Comedy Movie. James Franco scored the Best Actor in a Comedy Movie. Coco was named Best Animated Movie and the Best Song for Remember Me. The Handmaid's Tale was named Best Drama Series. Its lead Elizabeth Moss picked up the trophy for Best Actress in a Drama Series, and her co-star Ann Dow won for Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series. This is such a standout. Sterling K. Brown was elected Best Actor in a Drama Series. Rachel Brosnahan won the prize for Best Actress in a Comedy Series for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which was also voted Best Comedy. Ted Danson took home the statuette for Best Actor in a Comedy Series for The Good Place, and the Best Animated Series honor went to Rick and Morty. Actress and activist Olivia Munn hosted the gala, which aired on the CW. The Screen Actors Guild has announced the first round of celebrity presenters for the 24th Annual SAG Award ceremony. Confirmed to take the stage and hand out awards are Halle Berry, Dakota Fanning, Lupita Nyong'o, Emma Stone, and Kelly Marie Tran. The gala is scheduled to take place on January 21st with Kristen Bell as host. The event honoring excellence in film and television will be simulcast on TBS and TNT. Gore Verbinski will not direct Channing Tatum in the X-Men spin-off Gambit as planned. Deadline.com said Thursday that the schedule conflicts forced the director and filmmaker to back out of helming the 20th Century Fox's superhero movie, which is set for theatrical release February 14, 2019. However, Variety said creative differences between Verbinski and the studio were to blame for Verbinski's exit. Rupert Wyatt and Doug Liman were previously attached as directors but departed the project in 2015 and 2016, respectively. Tatum is still attached to star in the movie. No replacement for Verbinski has been announced yet. Verbinski's credits include A Cure for the Wellness, The Lone Ranger, 3 Pirates of the Caribbean film blockbusters, The Ring, and Rango. A solo film based around Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow is in development at Marvel, with screenwriter Jac Schaeffer signing on to the project. The project is still in early development and has not officially been approved, but the hiring of a screenwriter is Marvel's first step towards making a Black Widow film, Variety reported. Schaeffer recently penned the script from the upcoming Dirty Rotten Scoundrels remake, Nasty Woman, starring Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson. Hathaway is also set to star in the alien invasion film The Shower, which Schaeffer wrote. Johansson has been portraying Black Widow, a highly trained spy who hails from Russia, since 2010, when she first appeared as the character in Iron Man 2. The actress has reprised the role in a number of Marvel Cinematic Universe projects, such as the Avengers films, including the upcoming Infinity War and 2 Captain America films. Johansson and Marvel studio head Kevin Feige has expressed interest in making Black Widow solo film in the past. Despite Black Widow's long tenure on screen, Marvel's first film, led by a female superhero, will be Captain Marvel, starring Brie Larson, which is due in theaters March 6, 2019. Game of Thrones icon Liam Cunningham says he is an enormous Bryan Cranston fan, so when the chance came to act alongside the Emmy winner in an anthology series that Cranston also produced, Cunningham leaped at it. The pair will be seen in an episode of the sci-fi drama Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams, which is to begin streaming on Amazon Video January 12th. Cunningham told UPI recently at New York's Comic-Con, "You've got Bryan Cranston on board, and I've been a fan of that man since he brought hours and hours and hours of pleasure to me and my children with Malcolm in the Middle." He also said, "I watched him on Seinfeld before his star exploded with Breaking Bad. He was a jobbing actor who had stardom thrust upon quite deservedly. He is a fantastic actor, and I'm a great fan of his. So when I was on set, I was a little bit nervous, obviously, on the first few days, and he is just a consummate professional." He also added, he's talking to the director and sort of out scenes and how to make them better, and he's just full of passion, and he worked like it was his first job, like he was full of beans and whatever. And when a guy has been in that sphere as long as he has, to still have that level of interest and show enthusiasm, you kind of go, yes. He also has high praises for their co-star Essie Davis. Cunningham said she's fabulous in the show. We had her on Game of Thrones briefly, and she was wonderful in it. She was great in the Badab doc. I watched that with my daughter. She's wonderful in that piece. She's kind of luminous. It's almost, and I mean this as a huge compliment, it's almost like Rod Serling would introduce it. It almost feels like a glorious episode of The Twilight Zone, and they still hold up, those stories. They're gorgeous. The Irish actor went on to say that he has long enjoyed Dick's stories, which in turn have been adapted as classic films such as Blade Runner and Total Recall. He added, "These wonderful dystopian examinations of what it's mean to be human, this was no-brainer. This was easy to say yes to." He is now back to work on Game of Thrones, which is heading to its 8th and final season. Starz says it will offer the first glimpse of Outlander Season 4 on Sunday. A news release from the cable network says, first, fans can relive the big moments of Season 3 that found Claire and Jamie separated for over 20 years and leading up to their epic reunion and beyond by binge-watching all 13 episodes of the third season starting at 9:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and watching it all culminate to the broadcast of an exclusive first look at a scene from Season 4 premiere episode at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, January 14th on Starz. Next run of episodes from the era-hopping romance are being filmed on location in Scotland and are expected to air later this year. The small-screen adaptation of Diana Gabaldon's fantasy novel star Catriona Balfe as World War II nurse turned surgeon Claire and Sam Hewitt as an 18th century Scottish Highland warrior and printer Jamie. They meet and fall in love after Claire is magically transported through a time portal. Rehearsals has begun for the Broadway premiere of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, a stage play about the former boy wizard as a family man and overworked employee of the Ministry of Magic, show representatives announced Thursday. Preview performances are scheduled to begin March 16 at the Lyric Theater, with an official opening set on April 22nd. 7 members of the award-winning original West End company have reunited on stage for the New York debut. Jamie Parker as Harry Potter, Norman Duwenzi as Hermione Granger, Paul Hornley as Ron Weasley, as well as Poppy Miller as Ginny Potter, Sam Clement as Albus Potter, Alex Price as Draco Malfoy, and Anthony Boyle as Scorpius Malfoy. The news release noted, based on an original news story by J.K. Rowling, Jack Thorne, and John Tiffany, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is a new play by Jack Thorne, directed by John Tiffany. The production is one play presented in 2 parts. Both parts are intended to be seen in order on the same day, matinee and evening, or on 2 consecutive evenings, or each part can be seen separately. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is the 8th story in the Harry Potter series and the first official Harry Potter story to be presented on stage. It had its world premiere on July 2016 at the Palace Theatre in London and continues to play to sold-out houses there, its producer says. CBS's Elementary, its mystery drama about a contemporary Sherlock Holmes living and working in New York, will begin its 6th season on April 30th. Starring Johnny Lee Miller and Lucy Liu, the series will replace Robert Patrick's global tech thriller Scorpion, which following its 4th-season finale, April 23rd. The Rob Lowe lead medical drama Code Black will begin its 3rd season on May 2nd, taking over Joe Mantegna's procedural Criminal Minds, which wraps its 13th season April 25th. Idris Elba has begun work on a 5th season of the BBC's London cop drama Luther. Also returning for the 4-part installment are Dermot Crowley, Michael Smiley, and Patrick Malahide. Wunmi Mosuku joined the ensemble as police detective Sergeant Catherine Halliday. Elba said in a statement Thursday, "It is good to be back in London, back in the coat." Series creator Neil Cross added, "We miss John Luther, we miss some old friends, and we wanted to make the biggest, scariest, darkest, most thrilling series of Luther there's ever been. So that's what we've come back to do." A synopsis says, when the moonless shadows of London gives birth to a new nightmare, Detective Chief Inspector John Luther must once again confront the depths of human depravity. As a series of monstrous killings become ever more audacious, Luther and his new recruit, D.S. Catherine Halliday, are co-founded by a tangle of leads and misdirections that seem designed to protect an unspeakable horror. But even as the case brings him closer than ever to the nature of true evil, a reluctant Luther must also face the ghosts of his own past. Striding back into the line of fire, he must choose who to protect and who to sacrifice. Whatever his next move, it will have devastating consequences for those around him and change John Luther forever. The Pied Piper crew is back in the first teaser trailer for the upcoming 5th season of HBO's comedy series Silicon Valley. The clip released Wednesday features stars Thomas Middleditch, played by Rachel Hendricks, back at the company he helped start that has now become a large company. As Middleditch awkwardly attempts to give a speech to a room full of employees, he stumbles around his words and ends up throwing up. The trailer also features Kumar Nanjiani, Martin Starr, and Zach Woods locked out of their homes by their landlord, played by Jimmy O. Yang, following the departure of former star T.J. Miller in Season 4. HBO announced Wednesday that Silicon Valley will return on May 25th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mindy Kaling's new show Champions will premiere in the spring. The comedy series starring the Mindy Project alums Anders Holm and Fortune Feimeister will debut March 8th on NBC. Feimeister tweeted after the cast and crew shared the news Wednesday at the Television Critics Association Winter Press Tour. NBC announced our show's premiere date, March 8th, so get ready for Champions. She added, "Our cast minus Miss and Mindy Kaling, who's on maternity leave, had a fun day doing the press for the show's #Champions. Champions stars Holm as Vince, a gym owner living with his brother Matthew, played by Andy Favreau. His bachelor lifestyle is interrupted after his high school fling Priya, played by Kaling, introduces him to their 15-year-old son, played by JJ Toha. Executive producer Charlie Grandy said at the press tour, according to Deadline, Mindy is in 4 or 5 episodes. She has a big part towards the end of the first season. Kaling welcomed her first child, daughter Catherine, in December following the series finale of her show, The Mindy Project. She will co-star with Oprah Winfrey and Reese Witherspoon in a new adaptation of A Wrinkle in Time. The Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists is investigating claims Michelle Williams was paid significantly less than a male co-star. The labor union is looking into reports that this 37-year-old actress earned less than 1% of Mark Wahlberg's pay for reshoots on the Ridley Scott-directed film All the Money in the World, according to Deadline. A union source says, "We're looking into it." A SAG-AFTRA representative later issued an official statement on the matter. The rep said, "We are unambiguously in favor of pay equity between men and women in this industry and support every action to move in this direction. At the same time, performs at this level negotiates their above-scale rates through their agents. As it relates to this matter, you should talk to the representatives." Williams and Wahlberg reshot scenes for All the Money in the World after Kevin Spacey was axed from the movie following allegations of sexual misconduct. The pair filmed with Spacey's replacement, Christopher Plummer, Thanksgiving week. USA Today reported Tuesday that Williams was paid less than $1,000 for the reshoot, while Wahlberg made $1.5 million. Williams and Wahlberg are both represented by William Morris Endeavor Talent Agency. Williams previously told USA Today she was happy to accommodate the reshoot, saying, "They could have my salary, they could have my holiday, whatever they wanted, because I appreciate so much that they were making this massive effort." Margot Robbie and Chris Hemsworth battled each other in a round of Australian trivia Wednesday on Ellen in order to find out who was the best Aussie. The game titled Ellen's Australian Boxers featured the Hollywood stars wearing kangaroo onesies, complete with huge boxing gloves. The huge boxing gloves made it hard for Robbie and Hemsworth to buzz in with their answers as host Ellen DeGeneres asked related questions about things that were related to Australia. DeGeneres asked, "Gay marriage became legal in Australia this week. Name an Olivia Newton-John song," with Robbie getting the point for answering physical. Other comedic questions included asking what time it was in Australia, which Hemsworth's brother does Robbie prefer, And what is Hemsworth's home address? Hemsworth ultimately came away with the victory after he correctly answered Oprah when DeGeneres asked which one of her neighbors may run for president. Barack Obama shared dancing advice with David Letterman in a new teaser for the former late-night host's upcoming Netflix interview series. The clip released on Netflix's official Twitter account Wednesday features the former president sharing a story of how his daughter Sasha asked him to dance while late musician Prince was performing. Obama said to Letterman in front of a live crowd, "Sasha pulled me up, which surprises me because she's always mocked my dancing, but I had dad moves." He continued, "I think the key is what we called staying in the pocket," and explained that dads should tone down their dance moves in order to avoid embarrassing themselves or their children. Obama said, "I think everybody here knows dads who get out of their pocket. They're trying stuff that they can't really pull off, and they start doing like karate kicks and all that kind of stuff." The Letterman's 6-episode interview series titled My Next Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman is to debut on Netflix on Friday. New episodes will stream monthly after that from February through June. Confirmed guests includes George Clooney, Malala Yousafzai, Jay-Z, Tina Fey, and Howard Stern. Jennifer Lopez will appear as a guest star on the Will and Grace revival. The 48-year-old singer and actress will play herself and her Shades of Blue character Harley Santos in season 9 of the NBC sitcom. According to Deadline, Lopez previously guest starred in season 6 and 7 as a fictional version of herself. The fictional Lopez grew up in the Bronx with Karen Walker's, played by Megan Maloney's since-deceased maid Rosario, played by Shelley Morrison. Mulaney shared a photo with Lopez on Wednesday on set, although details about the star's episode have yet to be announced. The pictures show Mulaney posing with Lopez and co-stars Deborah Messing and Sean Hayes. She wrote, adding a winky emoji. Why is hashtag Jennifer Lopez on our set? Hashtag Will and Grace. At NBC Will and Grace. And in case you're wondering, no, it's not makeup. It's not a trick of the light. Nothing's retouched. She's perfect and she's nice. It's effed up. Will and Grace, which also stars Eric McCorman, initially had an 8-season run from 1998 to 2006. The series returned as a revival in September and was renewed for season 10 in August. Late singer Selena Quintanilla is the inspiration behind a forthcoming ABC series. The network made a pilot commitment to a new show influenced by the Tejano star's musical legacy, according to Variety. Miguel Nuala will write the project and co-executive produce with talent manager Scooter Braun. Selena's father, Abraham Quintanilla Jr., and sister Suzette Quintanilla will serve as producers. The entire pilot will focus on Alex Guerrera, an award-winning pop star who has been estranged from her family for 5 years. A crisis causes her to return home to Texas, where she juggles a love triangle, the demands of her career, and her family's dark secrets. Deadline reported ABC closed the deal after lengthy negotiations. Suzette had slammed a Telemundo series based on the Maria Celeste Arias book El Secreto de Selena in January 2017. She said, "Your book is based on a whole bunch of lies." Selena was killed by her former friend and fan club president, Yolanda Salivar, at the age of 23 in 1995. The late singer was honored with the posthumous star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in November. Kelly Clarkson doesn't have a problem with spanking her kids. The 35-year-old singer said in a recent interview with 98.9 The Buzz that she's not above giving River Rose, her 3-year-old daughter with husband Brandon Blackstock, a spanking when the toddler is misbehaving. Clarkson said, "I'm not above a spanking, which people are necessarily into. I don't mean hitting her hard. I just mean a spanking. That's a tricky thing when you're out in public because people think that's wrong or something. I find nothing wrong with the spanking." She added, "I warn her, I'm like, hi, I'm going to spank you on your bottom if you don't stop right now. Like, this is ridiculous." And honestly, it really helped. Now she doesn't really do that kind of stuff as often. Clarkson's comment said in a debate this week with Good Morning America, dedicating a segment to the controversy Wednesday. Fans, meanwhile, took to social media to defend or criticize the star. One person wrote, "It's her kid. If she chooses to spank or not spank, she has the right to make that decision." Another said, "You don't have to spank. You're lacking something if you cannot discipline without violence." Clarkson also shared 20-month-old son Remy with Blackstock, who is dad to another son and daughter from his previous marriage. Clarkson captured a sweet photo in June of her stepson reading a bedtime story to River. Ricky Martin is a married man. The 46-year-old American crime story, The Assassination of Gianni Versace's star, said in an interview with E! News published Wednesday that he quietly tied the knot with Jwan Yosef ahead of their wedding ceremony. Martin shared, "I'm a husband, but we're doing a heavy party in a couple of months. We exchanged vows and we swore everything. We signed all the papers we needed to sign, prenups and everything." He said of calling Yosef his husband, "I feel amazing. I can't introduce him as my fiance. I can't. He's my husband. He's my man." Martin gave the interview Monday while attending the Versace premiere with Yosef in Los Angeles. Yosef appeared to confirm the news by calling Martin his hubs in a caption for a photo from the event on Instagram. The 33-year-old artist wrote, "Best of times with my hub's premiere of his stellar upcoming show, American Crime Story Versace, proud beyond words." Martin and Yosef, who shared twin sons Matteo and Valentino, got engaged in November 2016 after 10 months of dating. The singer said in the October issue of Ocean Drive that his wedding to Yosef will be a public 3-day celebration in the spring. He told the magazine, "It's going to be a great event and people will be talking about it." The star added, "We're a modern family and I think people need to see, and I want to normalize the beauty of our family. That's why I'm making it public and I'm going to share my wedding with the world." Bruno Mars, Cardi B, and Kesha are among the additional performers announced to be taking the stage at the 2018 Grammy Awards. Also added to the performance lineup also includes Grammy nominees Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee, SZA, Alicia Cara, Khalid, and Logic, the Recording Academy announced Wednesday. The group joins a star-studded performance lineup that already includes Lady Gaga, Pink, Little Big Town, Childish Gambino, Patti LuPone, and Ben Platt. Mars, who will be performing alongside Cardi B at the award show after the duo recently collaborated on the remix to Finesse, is nominated for Album of the Year and Best R&B Album for 24K Magic, as well as Record of the Year for 24K Magic and Song of the Year, Best R&B Performance, and Best R&B Song for That's What I Like. Cardi B's hit song, Bodak Yellow, is nominated for Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Song. Kesha is nominated for Best Pop Solo Performance for her song Praying and Best Pop Vocal Album for Rainbow. Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee of Despacito fame will also be performing together, as well as Logic, Alicia Cara, and Khalid of 1-800-273-8255 fame, who will be taking the stage together alongside a group of suicide attempt and loss survivors selected by the National Suicide Prevention in order to deliver a special message. The Grammys, hosted by Late Late Show host James Corden, is scheduled to air January 28th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CBS. And now, let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1981, Dynasty premieres on ABC. The oil tycoon Blake Carrington, played by John Forsythe, prepares to marry his former secretary, the beautiful and innocent Crystal, played by Linda Evans, that in the 3-hour television movie that kicks off the primetime ABC soap opera Dynasty on this date in 1981. Over the next 8 years, the Carringtons, a rich Denver oil clan, and another wealthy family, the Colbys, would form the center of a campy, glamorous universe that was Dynasty, envisioned as bitter rivalries in the style of the Montagues and Capulets of Romeo and Juliet. The two families intermarry and plot against each other with equal enthusiasm. At the beginning of the second season, as buzz around the show began to grow, the British actress Joanne Collins entered the mix as Blake Carrington's evil ex-wife Alexis. Her clash with the good girl Crystal became one of the central plot lines of the show. In one of the series' most memorable moments, Alexis and Crystal had a catfight in a lily pad. Dynasty elaborately's melodramatic plot lines resembled those of daytime soap operas, kidnappings, amnesia, characters returning from the dead, etc., and its style fit perfectly with the over-the-top excess of the 1980s. It was no wonder, as the show was produced partly by Aaron Spelling, the man behind such hit shows as The Mod Squad, Charlie's Angels, The Love Boat, Beverly Hills 90210, and Merrill's Place. By the end of the 1982-1983 season, Dynasty was fifth in the top-rated programs. It climbed to third place in 1983-1984 and grabbed the number one spot in 1984-1985. Its success spawned a short-lived spin-off, Dynasty 2: The Colbys, an entire list of licensed products such as clothing, bedding, and perfume. The over-top cliffhanger ended in the fourth season in May 1985, marking the beginning of the end as the entire Carrington family gathered for a wedding in the fictional country of Moldavia. The festivities were disrupted by a terrorist attack, and while all the main characters emerged unscathed, the show's ratings began to drop. During its final season, 1988 to 1999, Dynasty fell to a dismal 57th place and was unceremoniously dropped from the ABC lineup. Various plot lines were left unresolved, but disappointed fans got their long-awaited closure 2 years later when ABC aired a two-part movie, Dynasty: The Reunion, in October 1991. And as your entertainment report for Friday, January 12th, 2018, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report and it'll take you to the page. Everyone have a great weekend. Good night and God bless you all.